woman who conquered hatred with love. If I have anger toward her, let this boiling ghee burn me. If I have no anger, no ill will toward her at all, let this ghee be as cool as water drawn from a well. Uttarā's vow at the moment of the attack. Part 1. The poor man who worked through the festival. In the great city of Rajagaha, there lived a poor man named Panana. He worked as a hired laborer for a wealthy merchant named Sumana, and his household consisted of 3 people: himself, his wife, and their daughter Uttarā. One year, on the eve of a great public festival lasting 7 days, merchant Sumana called Panana and offered him a choice. You may join the celebrations and take 7 days of leisure, or you may work as usual. The decision is entirely yours. Panana answered without hesitation, My lord, the 7-day festival is the pleasure of men, with wealth and time to spare. A man like me, who struggles to feed his family day to day, has no use for such pleasures. I will work. Rajagaha was a great and prosperous city on festival days, the streets filled with crowds of laughing people. Music drifted from every direction, and those who could afford it had been drinking since morning. But Panana simply took his pair of oxen and went to plow his master's field. The elder Sariputta at the field. That same morning, the elder Sariputta, the chief disciple at the right hand of the teacher, the general of the Dhamma, emerged from a state of deep meditative absorption called Nirodha Samapatti, in which he had remained for 7 days. It is the custom of one who rises from this attainment to look with discernment at the world and ask, who is ripe to receive the Dhamma? Whom can I help today? The elder saw Panana clearly. He saw the goodness in the man, and he saw what would follow if the right conditions came together. Great wealth, great happiness, and in due course liberation. He took up his bowl and outer robe and walked to the field. He stood quietly near a thicket of bushes beside a well. Not approaching directly, Panana looked up from his plow, recognized the elder at once, and put down his work to pay his respects. Being a man of quick intelligence, he understood without being told that the elder required a tooth-cleaning stick. He cut a suitable twig from the thicket, shaped and smoothed it, and offered it with both hands. When the elder next brought out his bowl and water strainer, Panana understood again. Water was needed, and drew it from the well. The elder waited by the field. He understood that Panana lived in a small shelter on the grounds of Samana's estate, and that if he went there to receive alms, Panana's wife would not have the chance to participate. So he remained, making gentle conversation, until he saw her figure in the distance approaching with the midday meal. Panana's wife saw the elder on the path and felt a joy rise in her chest. she thought. How many times have I had food but no elder to offer it to? And how many times have I met an elder but had nothing to give? Today both things come together at once, but then a doubt crept in. We are a poor family who barely manage. Would a monk of such stature deign to accept what we have? She set down her basket, bowed with all 5 limbs touching the earth, and spoke. Venerable one, please do not consider whether this food is fine or plain. Accept it, I beg you, for our sake. The elder extended his bowl. She poured in half the food. The elder closed the bowl. That is enough. Lay follower. She pressed her palms together and replied, this portion is enough for only one person, not 2, venerable sir. Please accept it all. Help us in the next life. Do not worry about this one. And she poured in everything she had, setting her aspiration. May I have a share in the supramundane Dhamma that this elder has seen.
The elder stood where he was and spoke words of rejoicing over her gift. May it be so. Lay follower. Then he sat at a suitable place near the water and took his meal. She turned and hurried home to cook again for her husband. Part 3. The Field of Gold. Punna plowed until the morning grew late. His wife and daughter had not yet come. Hunger pressed down on him. He unhitched the oxen and let them graze, then sat in the shade of a tree and shaded his eyes, watching the road. When his wife arrived with the fresh meal and explained why she was late, Punna listened, and in his exhausted, hungry state, asked her to repeat the story. When he heard it a second time, his face opened with joy. He told her that he too had served the elder that morning, offering the tooth-cleaning twig in the water. They had both made merit by the same elder on the same day. The two of them, equal in virtue, equal in faith, equal in their practice, ate together contentedly in the shade. When the meal was done, Punna lay with his head in his wife's lap and fell into the deep sleep of a man who has worked hard and given generously. He rested without a trace of regret. When he woke, he turned his eyes toward the plowed field. What he saw made him rub his eyes and look again. Every clod of earth that he had turned that morning was gleaming with the steady gold light of pure gold. He called his wife, she saw it too. He reached out and touched the nearest piece. It was gold. They cried out together, "The gift we offered to the elder Dhamma. Commenda Sariputta has borne fruit this very day. We cannot conceal treasure like this." The servants returned with this thought in mind. Every piece lay gleaming as before. They brought the gold to the palace courtyard, where it was stacked in a heap 80 forearms high. The king summoned the people of the city and asked, "Is there anyone in this city who has gold like this?" When the answer came back, there was no one. The king formally appointed Punna as treasurer from that day forward. Punna, the new treasurer, still had no house of his own. He told the king that he had been living on the grounds of merchant Samana's estate and asked for a plot of land and the resources to build a home befitting his new rank. The king granted him land to the south of the city and provided the means to build and establish himself.
Part 4, the new treasure and the gift of Dhamma. For the ceremony of entering his new home, Treasurer Punna invited the Buddha and the Sangha to take meals at his house for 7 days. The teacher, accepting the invitation, taught the graduated discourse on generosity, on virtue, on heaven and the nature of liberation, until the treasurer, his wife, and their daughter, Uttarā, all attained the vision of the Dhamma, becoming stream enterers on the same day. The family was now rich in 2 ways, rich in gold and rich in right view, but the life ahead was not without its difficulties. A marriage into the wrong house some time afterward. A newly wealthy merchant in Rajagaha sent representatives to ask for the hand of Uttarā. For his son, Treasurer Punna refused. No matter how earnestly they pleaded, he would not agree. At last he stated his reason plainly. The groom's family had no faith in the Buddha's teaching. His daughter's life was built entirely around the triple gem. She could not live happily apart from it. The matter spread until many merchants and householders came to petition him, not wanting the 2 great families to be estranged from each other. In the end, Punna yielded to their appeals and set the wedding for the full moon day of the 8th month. The difficulty that Punna had feared came to pass exactly as he feared. From the day she crossed her husband's threshold,
Uttarā did not see a single monk or nun. She could neither make offerings nor hear the Dhamma. She could not live as she had lived before. With half a month remaining before the end of the rain's retreat, Uttarā sent a message to her father. Father, why have you delivered me into a prison? It would have been better to leave me paralyzed, disfigured, or even enslaved than to send me into a household of wrong views. Since the day I entered this gate, I have not seen a monk or a nun, not made a single offering, not heard a single word of Dhamma.
Part 6, The Father's Solution. Puna received his daughter's letter and felt the pain of it land in his own chest. He wrote back at once with words of warmth and sorrow, telling her that he was no less troubled than she was, that the error of the marriage was entirely his own for giving in to other people's persuasion, and that she bore no blame whatsoever. Along with the letter he sent 15,000 kahapanas in gold and a piece of practical counsel. My dear, in Rajagaha there is a courtesan named Sirimā. She is widely known for her beauty. Send someone to engage her as a companion for your husband, paying her 1,000 kahapanas a day for 15 days. In the meantime, you will be free to invite the Sangha, make offerings, and hear the Dhamma as you wish. Your happiness is my happiness. Wherever you suffer, know that I suffer more. Uttarā received this letter and felt as though the doors of a prison had swung open. She arranged everything exactly as her father had suggested. Sirimā accepted the engagement without objection. Uttarā brought Sirimā before her husband, explained the arrangement without concealing a single detail, and left the matter in their hands. Her husband looked at her strangely. He could not quite believe that a lawfully wedded wife had just handed another woman into his keeping, so that she herself might be free to pray. He agreed, partly from astonishment and partly because Sirimā was in fact extraordinarily beautiful. The arrangement worked for 15 days. Uttarā's world was filled with light. Every morning she rose before dawn and set the kitchen fires going. She stood over the great cooking pots in the heat and smoke, face smudged with ash, sweat-soaked and cheerful, arranging meals for the Buddha and the Sangha.
She listened to the Dhamma each day and was happier than she had been since her marriage. Part 7. The Attack. One afternoon, her husband glanced out through a window and saw Uttarā at work in the kitchen. Her face darkened with soot, her clothes damp with effort, entirely absorbed in what she was doing. He said to no one in particular, with a short laugh, "What a foolish woman, she could be resting comfortably. Instead, she chooses to work herself to exhaustion feeding bald-headed monks." Then he went back inside. Sirimā was standing nearby. She heard the laughter. She saw the husband looking toward Uttarā, and in the confusion of 15 days in which the lines between fantasy and reality had blurred, she misread the affection in his voice. She believed he was laughing with Uttarā, not at her jealousy rose in her like a flame catching dry wood. She had forgotten, or perhaps she had always refused to know, that Uttarā was the lawful wife of this household, and that she herself was a paid guest for a fixed number of days. In those 15 days, she had come to think of herself as the mistress of the house. It is a kind of forgetting that power tends to produce. Sirimā went to the great kitchen. She found a ladle and scooped a full measure of ghee from the pot on the fire. The ghee still boiling furiously, and walked toward Uttarā with every intention of throwing it over her head and face. Uttarā saw her coming in a single moment with the sharp clarity that practice and faith can produce. She understood everything, what Sirimā was holding, what she intended, and why. She did not run. She did not call for help. She stood very still, and in the space of a breath, her mind moved to Sirimā's kindness. Without this woman, I could not have made a single offering without her. I would not have heard the Dhamma this fortnight without her. The entire merit of these 15 days belongs as much to her as to me. How can I hold anger against someone to whom I owe so much? She made her vow silently, precisely. If I have anger toward her, if I have any thought of wishing her harm, let this boiling ghee burn me as it deserves to. But if I hold no anger, no ill will toward her at all, then let this ghee be as cool as water drawn from a well. She extended her mind outward in loving kindness towards Sirimā, completely without remainder. Sirimā threw the boiling ghee directly at Uttarā's face. It touched her skin and was cool.
The servants who had been frozen in shock suddenly came back to life. They surrounded Sirimā and began to beat her. There were many of them.
and their anger was hot. Sirimā went down under the blows. Uttarā moved toward them, calling out for them to stop. She could not hold them back herself. She called to the women standing on the upper floor to come down and pull the servants away. When at last the women were separated, Uttarā knelt beside Sirimā, who lay bruised and bloodied on the ground, and began to treat her wounds herself, wiping her with warm water, applying oil, pressing her palms gently against the places that hurt. She said softly, "Dear friend, how did it come to this?" Sirimā lay there and came to herself. She had attacked this woman with boiling oil. This woman had saved her from her own servants. This woman was now tending to her injuries. She wept. She pressed her face against Uttarā's feet and said, "Uttarā, forgive me. I acted without thinking. I am deeply, deeply sorry." Uttarā replied, "I have a father. If my father forgives you, then I forgive you." Do you mean treasure Panna? Treasure Panna is my father in the realm of Vata. The round of becoming, but the perfectly enlightened Buddha is my father in the realm of Vipatta. Liberation, if you can ask my father in liberation to forgive you, then I have nothing further to say. But I have never approached the Blessed One, said Sirimā. I have no connection with him. That doesn't matter, said Uttarā gently. Tomorrow he will come here to take his meal. Prepare an offering of flowers, incense, and fine food, and come with me. I will present you myself. Partner in the teaching that changed everything. The next morning, Sirimā arrived at Uttarā's house with flowers, incense, and a great preparation of food. She had never been near monks before, had never known how to make offerings, and did not know what to do with herself. Uttarā stood beside her and guided her through each step, how to offer the food into the bowl, how to stand, how to speak. When the teacher had finished his meal, Sirimā and her companions prostrated themselves at his feet. The Buddha asked what had happened. Sirimā told everything. Then the Buddha asked Uttarā to confirm the account, and Uttarā described her moment of recollection and the vow she had made in the instant before the ghee was thrown. The teacher looked at Uttarā and said, "Well done. That is exactly what you should have done. You have acted worthy of a daughter of the Tathagata, one who praises the absence of enmity." Conquer anger by non-anger. Conquer evil by good. Conquer the miser by generosity. Conquer the liar by truth. He then taught the Dhamma further, going deep into the nature of anger and its fruit, the nature of goodness and its harvest. When he finished, Sirimā and all her companions attained the fruit of stream entry. Epilogue: what the boiling ghee teaches. There is a quality of mind that can be cultivated, not by force or suppression, but by genuine understanding, until it becomes as natural as breathing. The capacity to meet hatred without returning hatred, to receive harm without producing harm in response. Uttarā did not resist the boiling ghee through willpower. She was not gritting her teeth and refusing to react. She had genuinely replaced the movement of self-protection with the movement of gratitude and recognition. She saw in the person who came to burn her someone to whom she owed her entire spiritual life of the past 15 days. The natural response of the mind in that state is not anger. It is something warmer.
The teacher described this capacity across 4 domains. A person who approaches you with anger, meet them without anger. Not because anger is forbidden, but because anger fed by anger grows, while anger meeting stillness eventually burns itself out. A person who comes to you with harm, meet them with goodness. Not passively, not naively, but with the sustained certainty that genuine goodness, given consistently enough, changes the conditions in which a person lives. A person who hoards and withholds, meet them with generosity. Generosity opens the closed fist more reliably than force. A person whose words cannot be trusted, meet them with truth, not to shame them, but because truth spoken clearly and calmly all the time has a way of making falsehood feel embarrassing even to the one who speaks it. These 4 are not merely ideals, they are the tools with which Uttarā, the daughter of a poor laborer who plowed a field of gold and believed without seeing, defeated, in a single moment, what could have permanently disfigured her face and permanently embittered her heart. Overcome anger by non-anger, overcome evil by good, overcome miserliness by generosity, overcome the liar by truth. The oil is boiling, the fire burns bright. They say my end comes with the setting light. Accused of falsehood, my spirit is tried, but truth is the armor I carry inside. I stand in the silence, I stand in the glow, with nowhere to turn and nowhere to go, but to the one who sees through the veil, where human hearts falter and earthly fears fail. I close my eyes and I whisper a name to douse the inferno, to conquer the flame. Not for my glory, not for my pride, but for the truth that is dwelling inside. Let the fire turn to water, let the heat turn to dew. If my heart is steady, if my path is true, I hold no malice for those who brought pain. My love is the shelter, my faith is the rain. Oh, let the world see what a pure heart can do, when the power of kindness comes shining through. crowd stands in hushed, trembling fear. They wait for the ending, the moment is near. But I am not burning, I'm standing in peace. As the hunger of hatred begins to release, I walk through the shadows to find the gold light. A lesson in mercy, a victory of might. Not by the sword, nor by anger or strife, but by the deep rhythm of a devoted life. They threw down the darkness, they brought on the dread. But compassion is living and anger is dead. The miracle isn't the oil turned cold, it's the story of mercy that's waiting to be told. Let the fire turn to water, let the heat turn to dew. If my heart is steady, if my path is true, I hold no malice for those who brought pain. My love is the shelter, my faith is the rain. Oh, let the world see what a pure heart can do. When the power of kindness comes shining through. The flames are just petals, the heat is just air. I am safe in the center of a silent prayer. Truth is the witness, love is the way. Uttarā remains in the light of the day.